Hi, this is 𝗕𝘁𝗏𝗪𝗧𝗏. I'm the co-founder of artLabs Studio and the studio director of SmartLabs program. And I'm here at the culmination of the 10th batch of SmartLabs, and we're finishing the 10th batch and sort of celebrating the decade of experience that we've had at SmartLabs program since its inception of the first batch. And over a period of time, these almost about 10 years, we've had about 235 students from 20 different countries and about 80 different cities across the globe. And I think it's been a great privilege to be a part of the program in different ways. Since I've taken the role of being the founder to studio director to the curator to the tutor for the studios, and it's been an exciting journey. The 10th batch has been extremely special because it's like a decade, 10-year anniversary for SmartLabs. And currently we are in a studio where all our students and participants are sort of putting all the content for the exhibition. And I think it's a great curated effort that everybody starts to learn during this process, where they learn to collaborate with each other, where they learn to put together things in terms of fabrication models, digital data, all your sheets, and however you want to put the exhibition forward. So I think it's an exciting ecosystem that we've built over these years, and I'm quite delighted to see the outputs this time as well. And I hope we pull up all the chaos together in the next couple of days and put it together in front of you for an exciting exhibition. So SmartLabs has been a really exciting journey for us, particularly with the celebration of 10 years. I think we look back and try to see what all we covered, and since it started in 2017, it was more of a pilot project for us, and to create India's first hybrid program, which had an online aspect to it, was something really challenging at that time. Because I'm talking about 2017, this is like pre-COVID era, where the online norms of education had not been popularized yet. So we were sort of thinking ahead of the curve and wanted to inculcate online education, bring it into the studios, and then after the COVID, we sort of flipped the entire narrative of an online education facilitated with studios. All of those changes in evolution of pedagogy happened, through the progress of SmartLabs and new technologies that we decided to test out. And I think all of the tutors, all the mentors, all the guest talks, whatever we had during this entire duration played a pivotal role in shaping SmartLabs what it is, and obviously all the students and participants who've been a part of SmartLabs so far. So we've had about 235 students from across the globe, from about 78 cities, from 20 countries, and I think that those numbers are staggering, for us as well, in a way that it really gives us an understanding of what we've achieved in these last 10 years. And I think something that started as a mere thought of advocating design technology and teaching someone, preparing them for a master's, to becoming what it is, I think it's come a long way for us. And I'd love to talk about what we're doing right now. I mean, we're putting together all the exhibitions, with the content of the exhibition together. This is a great collaborative way where my studio collaborates with my participants. So it's like a research lab, an extended arm of the research lab for our studio itself, because there is a lot of data sharing that happens. There is a lot of good knowledge exchange that happens between the studio and the participants of SmartLabs to make it an exciting collaborative learning. And I think this exchange has made innovation happen over the years, because any research, any experimentation requires a very rigorous collaboration, and that has also led to a great documentation of the entire 10 years into SmartFolio. SmartFolio is a digital archive for which we have created for showcasing the works of SmartLabs participants from different batches, and that's something that I really believe is going to be a game changer when it comes to your portfolios and how to view your portfolio. And it's a great collective of the works and the evolution that we've seen right from the start of SmartLabs. And we're very excited to unveil an exciting book as well, something that we've been working for Uh, it started around the SmartLabs 4.0, if I remember correctly. So back in 2019 or 20, and around that time we started to document the entire narrative of SmartLabs into a book, wherein we talk about the evolving pedagogy that we've been following, and that is something which we've been evolving over the years through the help of so many tutors and participants and collaborators that we've had over the years. So I'm pretty excited to unveil the book. It's called Parametric Minds, Empowering Design Pedagogies, and it features a decade of SmartLabs through the lens of Smartfolio. And it's an exciting book which talks about the evolution of design education, specifically with architecture and interior design, how it has changed in our country, how it really was used to be before we envisioned SmartLabs, and how over these 10 years, I would say, it captures the evolution of SmartLabs, which now goes on to its next phase, which is the revolutionary phase, as I like to call it. So the evolution is being converted into a revolution where everything is going to be AI influenced, whether it's AI driven, where it's AI, AI assisted, or even anti-AI. We don't know what's next for us, but definitely I think the next leg of SmartLabs as we enter the next decade is going to be surrounded by AI for sure. So as we finish these 10 years, I think I'm really excited to see what is in store for us for the next 10 years. And yeah, looking forward to an exciting next 10 years of SmartLabs.
Hi guys, I'm 𝗕𝗏𝗡𝗏 and I'm a professional interior designer. I've been following SmartLabs since my college time and recently planned to join SmartLabs 10.0. It's been a wonderful and a very interesting experience. The teachings were very interesting and they blended AI understanding and workflows with computational design. It was a very challenging yet a very great experience.
When Sushant sir started teaching us AI, I started incorporating that into my own practice. And I thought that the process became so easier, like all of the design, the iteration which I was continuously doing with AI, it became more efficient and very faster. And the results were amazing.
In the past 6 months, I have got new skill sets, as you can see in this image. A few months down the line, I didn't knew that I could work so much easily with such sort of structures and the outlines of the building facade. But now I'm more confident on it and I know how to work upon them since the start of the design process.
SmartLabs is great at what they are doing. I really enjoyed the AI generation part. I think students should more explore in that category because it is something more innovative than what we do on the daily basis. So I think that should be more than the software.
There was no access to these softwares or these skills while we were in college time. So this was me who all did this was me who researched and got to know about these all things, and I think that other students should also get the chance to do that. But it would be great for them to get a proper base or a guidance which they are not aware of that it is available for them.
Okay. So first of all, this was a great experience. So we actually got to understand how things work on rather than just conceptualizing but in actual on field. And other than that, I used to think parametric design is just complex geometry, but in actuality there are a lot of factors and calculations that go behind it that made me understand it better.
This particular book is called Parametric Minds, Empowering Design Pedagogies. And this has featuring a decade of SmartLabs through the lens of SmartFolio. This is currently in press, in publication, but since we are here at the SmartLabs 10th batch culmination, I thought this was a right opportunity to have like a soft launch or a pre-launch of a sort. And I think talk a bit about what the book stands for. So let me just...
We would love to have some pages read by you.
Yeah. So empowering design pedagogies, let me just tell you a bit about the book. So it's a reflective and forward-thinking chronicle of how architectural education is evolving and why it must. Through the lens of SmartLabs, India's first hybrid program in computational design, this book traces a decade-long journey of experimentation, innovation, and transformation in design pedagogy. From the classrooms of architecture schools in India to the studios of Zaha Hadid architects and the critique rooms of the Architectural Association in London, this narrative moves across continents and mindsets. At its core is a mission seeded by a young architect who dared to question why design education had failed to keep up with the world it was meant to shape. Authored by myself, and yeah, rest is about description about myself. And yeah, I'd like to talk a bit from the manuscript that I have. This is not the final copy, but it's a manuscript which has certain aspects about the book. So just to give you an understanding, so we have about 6 chapters. The first one is called The Origin of an Idea, which is how SmartLabs has started. So the whole thing evolves around SmartLabs, which is where this is the best context to talk about the book. And hopefully you can take this narrative forward as well, where we talk about the origin of the idea, how it started. Then we have the second chapter, Creating an Alternative School. Then Prototyping a Revolution, Building Parametric Minds, which I'd like to believe all of you are for us. The Collective Archive, which is through the SmartFolio. So all of these works gets archived into SmartFolio, which is how we capture and going to capture all the batches and the works of SmartLabs. And Towards the Next Decade, which is one of the most interesting aspects of what we're looking ahead. we are sitting at the 10th batch culmination exhibition. So we have had an exciting exhibition showcase over here by the wonderful students of SmartLabs 10.0. And this marks sort of a decade of SmartLabs. So this sort of makes this entire moment extremely special for us. And I think the kind of innovations that we've seen in this particular batch, specifically through this exhibition, is quite, I'm kind of blown away by the whole output that we've received in such a short span of time. And this is exactly where I feel AI has played a pivotal role in actually assisting the designers to create what they've always envisioned to create. So I feel pedagogically we've been really advancing through the last 10 years, and we've reached a stage where we've made an impact and more of an evolution of 10 batches of SmartLabs. And moving on next into SmartLabs 11.0, we're more looking at a revolution which is more AI influenced, AI critiqued, AI taught, and perhaps AI has different roles to play with us. So we're looking at some very exciting changes in the upcoming batch. And I would like to throw some light on the amazing AI-driven projects that we've done. We've built skyscraper designs and ideations using AI as an assistant to us. These are projects which all the students conceptualize as a part of the skyline of Mumbai. And it was more of a realistic brief where students could actually articulate the entire design, form, architecture, facade, interior spaces, and different aspects, and using computational design in different ways. So while computation stays as the backbone of SmartLabs, AI has started to actually nurture it forward and doing a great job at it. Another thing that you'll notice in the exhibition is, of course, we've had a live 3D printer over here, which becomes the highlight and the center stage for this exhibition. And I think that is an extremely interesting articulation of how a geometry is being formed in real time. And that's something which is a great demonstration for everyone visiting the exhibition to see how actually geometry and form are sort of created in real time and printed in real time, something which was conceptualized and visualized using other tools of computation and AI. And apart from that, the amazing digitally fabricated installations that students have done and come up with as experimentations and prototypes will serve onto the innovation that we are building upon at RATLab Studio as well. So, this is a very pivotal point where academia and practice sort of come together. And that's pretty much what we're starting to see in this batch of SmartLabs 10.0. So I feel, all in all, it's been a great output. The students have been amazing, and students who could not be a part of the exhibition as well have been remotely contributing to the workshops and contributing to the engagement at SmartLabs. And I think that's something which is going to be resonating through the next batch as well. So the next phase of SmartLabs is more of from evolution to revolution, where we move into a new platform called EduLab India. And we've been working on this platform for almost 5 years now, wherein whatever has been done and covered in the last 10 batches of SmartLabs is being archived, strategically curated into workshops and resources which are going to be available for free to all the student communities, the entire design community that we have in India. This is specifically done for Indian students to make computational design education free, accessible, and affordable. So that's pretty much what we're trying to do through EduLab India. There will be more details following up about the platform, how you can be a part of that, how you can add yourself to the wait list. And that's something which we're doing to make sure that the next few batches of SmartLabs start to contribute and fuel the platform which we're building as EduLab India. So SmartLabs starts to transition into EduLab India, and also as an independent entity, it starts to grow and evolve as we move on to SmartLabs 11.0. So I would invite all the designers, whether you're from architecture background, interior design background, or any of the creative disciplines, if you're an AI enthusiast, if you're a computational design enthusiast, if you already know computational design and want to strengthen your skills through a program which is very, very well guided and sort of driven with an impact, I think SmartLabs is the right program for you, and this is the right time to apply. The admissions are currently open for SmartLabs 11.0. Once they finish up, all the waitlisted students get transferred to SmartLabs 12.0, which is going to be the batch after that. And we're going through a rigorous process of the applications right now. So if you feel that you want to understand computation in a much more intensely driven process, then this is the right time to apply for the program. So I look forward to seeing you at SmartLabs 11.0. Thank you.